And Giants Antwerp as we see the games for Group B this coming week, and it is AEK in Athens versus Telenet Giant Antwerp. Good evening and welcome. My name's Graham Hiscott. Really pleased to be here in the Olympic Indoor Hall, or the AEK, where much drama has been seen, and of course 2 seasons ago, the 2017-2018 season ended here for the Final Four, which AEK Athens won. And of course last season Antwerp got all the way to the Final Four, which they hosted, and finished 3rd. Here's the game so far. Amwell Volchek beat Paoltez, and Banderma got their first win against unbeaten until then San Pablo Burgos. And we're here in AEK Athens, and it's Jerusalem also playing this evening. This is the 2nd time in 2 regular seasons that these teams have met. They were in the same regular season last year, as was Jerusalem. AEK won both encounters by 1 point here, 77-76, and then 71-64 in Antwerp. Here's the Group B standings before these games are played. San Pablo Burgos back at the top because you get a point for a loss, 2 for a win. Rastavecta, Jerusalem, Texas Banderma, and then AEK are 6th, and Telenet Giants Antwerp are 1-1, but because they've only played 2 games, same as AEK, are currently 6th and 8th. We'll know more by the end of the games this evening. Everyone would have played in the game day 3 for this week. Prior to last year, you have to go back to 1965 for the last time these teams played. 85-70 and 72-71 were the wins on that occasion for AEK. Here's the Antwerp lineup. Look out for Owen Klassen, Van Wyn, who hit the big 3 last week, Victor Sanders back from last season. And look out for Kessler, he's come across from Ostend. David Dzinski, who had such a massive season last year. And here is AEK. Kendrick Ray, look out for him. Keith Langford, 27 points a game he's averaging. Jonas Mačiulis, the Lithuanian legend, is back. Nikos Gikas has moved across from Prometheus Patras. Look out for him. Great shooter, good assist maker, and will play tough D as well. So we will now see Antwerp, Telenet Giants Antwerp being introduced to the arena here in Athens. They've got a mixture of youth and experience. And Luka Rupnik, look out for him. Massive game last week, 22 points, 3 rebounds. Exploded in their win over Banderma. Such a tough group, this. And here comes AEK Athens. A new look AEK Athens from last year. But they're still retained players. Mavroidis inside will be really big. Kadis Giannopoulos will be big as well. Marcus Slaughter they've brought in. But they've got Langford, Keith Langford, who has a long and storied career, and at 36 is still averaging big numbers in this competition. And Kendrick Ray as well, 25-year-old American. But one player they have been able to retain is Howard St. Ruse, part of their team last year. Played with Chesnimberg in the Basketball Champions League. And he was the Greek League's best defensive player, as he often is, wherever he plays, last season. Of course, AEK are the FIBA Intercontinental Champions as well. So 2 teams with so much history. Just look at some of their comparisons. three-point range. AEK are shooting 51.7% from behind the arc. They had a massive week last week in relation to that, just 29.5% for Antwerp. Free throw percentages aren't good for either team. 65.5 for AEK, 58.5 for Antwerp. So last week Antwerp beat Texas Bandama by 3 points, and it was the big three. One of their young players, one of their young guns, Hans Van Wint. He had 10 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist last week, 24-year-old Belgian. And he hit a massive three with 30 seconds remaining, deep three to keep Texas Bandama at bay. But then Bandama have gone on to beat San Pablo Burgos, who were unbeaten until last night. So it really is going to be an amazing group and a really tough group to get out of. 8 teams in 4 groups make up the 32 regular season games. It truly is a continental, all-inclusive tournament. More teams, more countries involved. Simply the best European competition, and it's getting better each season. There's our referees. Antonio Conde, Sasa Maricic and Thomas Bichul from Spain, Serbia and France. Top officials every week at every game of the Basketball Champions League. Do encourage you, just while we have a moment, to download the Basketball Champions League app. It'll give you all the information you require, all the highlights, keep across all the games. Every Tuesday, Wednesday is Basketball Champions League night, and the only place you can watch it live is right here on livebasketball.tv. Here's the Telenet Giants Antwerp starting 5. Klassen will be in the middle. Van Wint inside, outside. Sanders back again. They're looking for big things for him. Kesseluk has come across from Ostend, and Luka Rupnik, who played in the Basketball Champions League last season, the same as all of these players, but not necessarily for Antwerp, will be running the show. Big points last week for him. And here is Christophe Begin, former player, former Belgian Player of the Year, has just taken over from Ronald Moores, who's a player, ex-coach, and cult hero at Antwerp. He's gone off to Brossie Bamberg, but he's done a solid start. They're 1-1. Both teams are 1-1, and they'll be looking for another strong performance tonight on the road, Antwerp. Here's AEK starting 5. Langford, Chrysakopoulos, Gikas Mavridis and Howard St. Ruse. He's really delivering right across all statistical categories at the moment, Howard St. Ruse. And there is Ilias Papatheodorou. He's come across from PAOK, has good experience in this competition, but AEK have had a slow start domestically. They are 1-4. They're 13th place in the Greek A1 League. They will want to improve there, and they can use tonight's game possibly as a springboard. But this Antwerp team are strong, they are tough. They beat Bamberg in the third place playoff last year at the Final Four, which they hosted. And Bamberg is the team that knocked AEK out in the quarterfinals last year by 2 points, agonising 2 points over the 2 legs. So we are set for what should be an absolute blockbuster here at AEK. There's Owen Klassen, played for Ludwigsburg last season in the Basketball Champions League. Antwerp like the look of him, brought him across here, and he's doing a solid job so far for them. Look out for Rupnik. Can he follow up his big performance last week with another big performance on the road against AEK Athens, who are a tough, tough team? Players that have come back. They brought players in as well that are going to be tough. Especially Gikas. Really liked him last year, Prometheus Patras. Look out for him to run the floor, because played for the Greek national team as well in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. And number 15, Linos Chrysakopoulos is also starting. There's St. Ruse. Look out for him. He's great hands, good defensive player, current best Greek defensive player from last season. He's 6'7", great range, and knows this championship well, this tournament well, having played with Chesnimberg for 2 seasons in the first 2 seasons of the Basketball Champions League. So we're off and running. Ike in yellow attacking left to right with Gikas with the ball. Rupnik's on him, and Antwerp are in the dark uniforms. St. Rose to Langford. Just throws it up and they can't quite get it to go. Mavridis, not known for his elevation, but he got good position basket side of his defender. And Klassen straight away in foul trouble. They drag Klassen up in the pick and roll. Mavridis just dived to the basket. Mavridis, 50% from the free throw line so far this season. Played in the Basketball World Cup qualifiers for the World Cup, which of course was in China during the summer. Wonderful summer of competition, which Spain were able to win. And Rupnik has, the Slovenian has. Has represented Slovenia in Eurobaskets. Victor Sanders is very quiet in here at the moment, and if Antwerp get to the basket that easy, especially with St. Rouge trying to guard him, it may not get a lot louder, but AEK Athens need to get the crowd involved. Usually deafening in here. Good hands and good finish. Mavridis so good off the pick and roll. He can knock down the square up jump shot. Little jump hook. He's not going to fly. He's not going to take off and throw it down on you, but he will just use his size and his body to get good position offensively. Van Wyn, the hero, one of the heroes from last week, and of course last season, as Antwerp got to third place playoff winners against Bamberg, who beat AEK Athens in the quarterfinals last year by 2 on aggregate over the 2 games. And there's a wraparound foul by Christopoulos. And there's a turnover and a bit of a blind pass there, and Gikas, good defender, gets in the passing lane, good anticipation. Christopoulos. That's good feet movement there by Kesselou, and he causes the shot to miss, and that's all you've got to do sometimes. And your teammate can grab the defensive rebound off the miss. Rupnik against a much bigger St. Rouge, and a nice three-pointer by Antwerp there. Nice pass and solid three-point shot gives Antwerp an early lead. Wide open shot is long, but kept alive by Gikas. Christopoulos. Oh, good hands by Sanders. They really want good things from this player. Second year at Antwerp, his first pro contract out of college, out of Idaho College. Just misses the long range 3. St. Rouge hesitates, goes, ball's loose, and they save it. No foul. And you can hear what the crowd thought about it. Rupnik to Van Wyn. He misses the layup. If they're going to get chances, Antwerp, they've got to take them. If AEK Athens aren't quite at the races early, and that this time Howard St. Rouge does get fouled on the way to the basket, and that's potentially Klassen's second foul, and he will head to the line. He's coming out of the Mavridis pick and roll, and he's bodying up St. Rouge, and good play. Getting Klassen off the court early. He's a big player for them. And in comes Ibrahim Faye. He's already had a highlight play this year. I was commentating on. He dunked it off a steal, and it landed face down. And good tip in, Mavridis. But he got up, and he's just been out-muscled there by Mavridis. It won't be the first time I say that tonight or this season. Rupnik, 22. Tied at 5, and good defense. Christopoulos. Gikas, always looking for options. Mavridis again steps out. Long range jump shot is good. So active. Big season last year for Prometheus Patras, who first time in the Basketball Champions League. Foul on Mavridis, really stepping out. The bigs like to step out just to slow the offense down before switching back to their player. Or the more athletic bigs, of course, can stay with the guard, whoever's been involved in the pick and roll. Sanders, Rupnik open in the corner is short. And Antwerp have just gone cold. Alley-oop, and Mavridis won't take the alley-oop, and he can't get the score on the way down. It's the only problem for the big man, is his elevation. He plays in a different way. Van Wyn into Foul Fay. Up against Christopoulos. Outside, Rupnik is just short. That's 2 now he's been short. Excuse me, that's Kesselou. Rupnik is 55. Now Christopoulos likes to just back his player in and really getting physical. Nothing called. This is Rupnik to Van Wyn. Van Wyn, nice pass, and Kesselou with the slam. Van Wyn drew the defender out to him and dropped it off right on time. And Kesselou, no defense on the baseline there. Tied at 7, nearly halfway through the first. And there's the 2-point percentages, 67% and 38% in favour of Antwerp. Gikas, wraparound pass, extra pass in the corner. Just short for St. Ruse. There's Van Wyn, all the way across to Victor Sanders. Back outside, Van Wyn off the high screen by Foul Fay. Spin baseline, and a foul by Mavridis. Attacking Mavridis, that's good play. He knew he's on his back, and he was basket side or baseline side. And I think Mavridis will have to come out, and he does. And in comes Slaughter. Marcus Slaughter, 34 years old now. 2 meters 3 American. San Diego State College. And he has won wherever he has been within Europe, and had a brief stint with the Miami Heat in 2007 in the NBA. Free throws. Antwerp 0 from 2 at the moment. Langford, left hand, throws it up. I think Slaughter can elevate. To think about for coach Papatheodorou. Foul Fay. Rupnik under close attention from Gikas and Slaughter. Inside to Foul Fay's turning. Good defense from Slaughter, but he can't deal with it the second time. Foul Fay at 6'9". Senegalese, just 22 years old. Good movement there, Slaughter inside, just getting open. And now he's got Kesselou on him. He can't get it to finish. And ball's loose. And I think that's correct, cool. Yeah. Where I'm sitting, that looked like an Athens, like Athens ball. So Gikas, baseline. St. Ruse in motion. Langford, other side, but good defense. Really good D by Antwerp, and they are going to bring it up, and Saunders just couldn't finish. Bit casual there But Fulfay was right on cue, just tipping it over the top. And it's a timeout here in Athens at the AEK. It's an AEK timeout. It's Basketball Champions League action here on live basketball.tv. It's the second day of game day 3 matches. Group B, such a tough group, such an entertaining group.
You are the ball handler, you have the ball to Gikas. Otherwise, don't forget, Marcus, don't forget, if Lina receive the ball far away, we have a flat screen for Nikos, and then the pick and roll. Okay, this is first offense, guys, first offense. And then we run thumb one. And then we run thumb one. And then we run thumb one. 44. Okay, 44 and thumb one. Go back, guys. Protect our pain, get the ball. Let's go, guys. Guys. Let's go.
Yeah, good timeout by Coach Papatheodori. Flex screen, flex offense. It was a good timeout. Antwerp were playing tough D, and they were running in some layups, or attempted layups. Not all of them were being made, but foul. Ibrahim Fulfay has really come in and been a presence. I just want to get Marcus Slaughter involved as well. No points scored for 3:05 and counting for AEK. They need to change that right now. Gikas, Chryssikopoulos. And a whistle on the floor, and Rupnik. Former Estudiantes player in the Basketball Champions League. And he scored 8.9 points a game. 2.7 assists. And last week he had 22 points and 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Howard sent Ruse, penetrate, kick. Wide open 3, and Kesseluk, good rebound, but too quick maybe on the outlet. Howard sent Ruse all the way to the basket. Hesitated, looked at his teammate, and then just went to the hoop with a left-hand finish. Just under 3 minutes remaining. That's his first 2-point shot. Kesseluk, hands off to Rupnik. High screen by Dzinski. All the way across to Fay, who's coming in for the 3-point line. Now he's double teamed, and they've run out of time. And the shot clock ran out, and then the whistle blew it. I would have thought. As AEK were in transition and would have had a score for sure. Crowd not too happy. Antwerp 4 turnovers, AEK 3. Gikas playing a lot of minutes this first quarter. High screen by Slaughter. Pull up J by Gikas. Slaughter with the rebound. Good job by the American. Oh, nice pass, but what a block by Fay. He is all action round the hoop. Kesseluk for 3 is off. Good rebound. Dzinski. But AEK come away with it. Langford. Still Langford up against Dzinski. Pulls up from the elbow, and there's a whistle. Slaughter's doing a good job there. He's the leading rebounder on the AEK team, 7.5 rebounds. And he's really causing some issues in there. Being physical. So AEK will retain possession on the end line. 94 seconds remaining in the first quarter. I hope you're enjoying the action from the Indoor Olympic Hall in AEK in Athens. It's the home of AEK, the Basketball Champions League champions of the 2017-2018 season. Gikas, still Gikas. What a block! But think they're going to call it. And it was on its way down, or his downward path. Let's take a look at this. Well, it's Gikas 2 of 2 from 2-point range. Franz Blesenberg, 19 years old, one of the young guns referred to in Igor Kiric's young gun piece a couple of weeks ago on the FIBA Basketball Champions League website and an app. Blesenberg blocked. Of course, that's one of Ike's own young guns, Linos Christopoulos. Oh, and foul. He's trying to get the shot up. Second attempt he does. Ball slipped out of the back of his hand. And that's twice now. He's ended up with the ball outside the three-point line, which is not where they want him to receive the ball for sure, Antwerp. But he has, and neither time have they got a good look. Tied at 11, very low scoring here. Now it's St. Ruse, and that. And there's 2 whistles there. The Cuban is so active, shields the ball. He's already fouled once, and then Dzerzhinsky gets him a second time. St. Ruse 75% from the line. The Cuban, he's averaging 16.5 points a game, which is second. 6.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists, and 1.5 steals. He's always active with steals and deflections. He's got an efficiency of 25 for the first 2 games of the Basketball Champions League, and when he's on the floor, it's plus 12. For this Ike team. Dzerzhinsky, important part of the Antwerp team last year that went all the way to the 3rd place game and won it against Bamberg. Good effort from St. Ruse, but he's throwing it to the wing. Kendrick Ray couldn't keep it in. And here comes the Lithuanian legend, Jonas Mačiulis. Back for a second year for Ike. And Ibrahim Faye was almost out of control, but he was fouled. He's a real raw talent, the Senegalese. Signed a 2-year contract as Ibrahim, 22 years old, 2'6". And the last season he was all defensive team in the Belgian league. And back in 2017 with Alain Chalon, he was Pro A champion in France. So it's 58.3% from the line. That was much better the second one. But he just gives them some rim protection. They need to keep him catching the ball close to the basket, not behind the three-point line ideally. 12-11 Antwerp. We're into the last, counting down to the last 10 seconds. Gikas, Slaughter with a high screen, then a screen away from the ball. Langford, 27 points a game so far. Can he add to that on the step back? No, he can't. As we get to the end of the first quarter here in Athens. It's very close and it's low scoring at the moment. AEK 11, Telenet Giants Antwerp 12. There's some game statistics for us. 2 points, 3 points, 36%. No three-pointers by AEK, 25% from the line, 1 of 4. In fact, both teams are the same there with that category. And here's some highlights. That was a tough move there by Sanders. They need more of that if Antwerp are going to repeat last year's heroics, where they came through 3 qualification rounds. This season they've only had to come through 1 qualification round, which they were able to do even though they lost one of the games against Solidgelite Kings of Sweden. But they need Sanders playing at a high level. And Van Wyn, that's about the place that he hit the shot. A bit further back last week against Van Dermer with 30 seconds to go. He's got good range and good size at 6'10". Hans Van Wyn. And there's Gikas keeping that dribble alive, looking for options. And that was a good one on that occasion. Long 2. And there's Van Wyn. This time penetrates, brings Mavridis up to him, and then just drops it off perfectly. And Langford got the wrong side of Kesselou. From the other angle. So we're ready for the second quarter here. Do download the Basketball Champions League app for all the information on all 32 teams in the regular season. Press conferences, highlights. Full game repeats the following week via YouTube. But the only place you can watch the games live and the reruns in full immediately after is livebasketball.tv, where we're watching the game right now. And Donker in for Antwerp, Dennis Donker, and an extra whistle there. Something said by Abraham Falfay. Let's have a look. Shot missed. A lot of activity there between the bigs. There was a push. Abraham Falfay, he's been removed from the game. Just a cool down. 2 fouls. So Blerkenberg is in, just 19 years old. And Slaughter got mid-air and then just couldn't finish. Rens Blerkenberg will run the point at 6'10", 2 meters 8. And nice jump hook by Roby Rogiers. Nice job by Rogiers. First 2 points, first shot of the game. Just averaging 2 points in the first 2 games of the season, so he's already up to his average. Langford, what a move. That is highlight move. That was tough. Right into the teeth of the Telenet Giants Antwerp defense. Rogiers, pass off screen. Sanders, long 2 is good. That's really decisive play from Sanders. Not over dribbling, using the screen to get free and knocking down the long range shot. In fact, that was Donker, Dennis Donker, excuse me. Long range shot ties the game for AEK. Kendrick Ray. Ray goes to 3 points, 100% from behind the arc. Legenberg passes off Donker. Number 32 goes left. Good defense inside. Dudzinski, time is running down. He spins, throws it up, and it's good. And Kendrick Ray ending up on the floor there. Tough move from Dudzinski, the second-year player here at Antwerp. Ray. Guarded by Leschenberg. Just keeps out there. Smart defense by the big. He is a long specimen, his young friends. There's the whistle. And Hans Van Wijn back in. 24 years old, 2'7". That's Donker's first foul. Rupnik back in as well. And this time there is a whistle as Langford attacks the key from the top, and Dzinski puts his hands up. Nice. Just go straight through the middle of Donkor and Dzinski. So sideline possession for AEK. High screen. Shots up and just out. The three. And ball's lost by Rogier. Good defense by Kaklamankis into the game, having an immediate positive effect for AEK. Langford. Machulis. Pull up off the J, off the dribble for Kendrick Ray. That's a tough shot with a high arc, and it ties the game at 18. And St. Ru's always looking for a steal or a deflection. He just gets called on the foul there. Too much attention on Rupnik, who protected the ball well on the dribble. St. Ru's first foul. And he's now got Kendrick Ray on him. Rogier with the high screen. And that looked like a travel, but not given. That's Rogier going for the big slam. And again, the crowd are not happy with the call, and nor is coach Papatheodorou. It looked as though he slid his foot. Maybe not, though. We'd have to get a camera specifically on his footwork there. But Rogier going up for the slam. And he's at the line. Rogier has played the one game, five minutes, scored 2 points, 1 rebound. And he misses, but they get the rebound, and Rupnik misses. Kaklamankis. Rogier inside. Van Wijn against St. Ru's. Tough shot. And St. Ru's up on you, and that's a really good turnaround and good elevation by Hans Van Wijn. He's up to 5 points. Continuing his good play from last week. And a screen off the ball, and Rupnik this time. Sideline possession, Langford. High screen. Kaklamankis. All the way across. That was a good look, but they've dived on the loose ball, and Demetrius Kaklamankis diving on the floor for his team. And Rupnik trying to dribble behind his back. Mike just couldn't get the loose ball, but good effort there. Donkor takes a seat. Rupnik spins away from Kendrick Ray. Hans Van Wijn inside. Good spin. And second occasion, second attempt, David Dzinski. Such a strong player. Smart player, and that was a smart move there. St. Rouge, oh, right through the middle! Howard St. Rouge. Big time slam straight through the middle of the Antwerp defense. And a turnover, and St. Rouge right there again. Kendrick Ray drops it over the top. And just like that, we are tied again in Athens at 22. Timeout. Telenet Giants Antwerp.
Hey, put your body in it. Okay, the fall, no problems. Okay, put your body in it. Come on, guys. Okay. Let's go, man. Yeah, okay. We good. We good. Hey, don't let that guy go right anymore. Let's get him going left. Hey, we go one time. Arms up, all the way through. Arms up, all the way through to post up Robbie. Okay. Okay, Robbie. So I want you this side first. Stop. Okay. And then you go, and then you post up. Okay, guys. Hey. Stick together, man. Yeah.
We got seconds.
Let's go, guys. We have to be aggressive.
Let's go. Let's go.
Giants on D, 1, 2, 3.
Giants. Let's go.
We good. Hey, come on.
And Coach Begin just reminding his players we're okay. And when they're referring to the guy, don't let him go right. Might be referring to St. Rouge's dunk, which was pretty special. But Roby Rogers doing a good job. Just a 22-year-old Belgium, another young Belgium getting his chance in the Basketball Champions League. Sanders back in the game. Antwerp's number 11. Antwerp in the dark, Ike in yellow. Shots up, and good from deep. David Dzinski having another big game following on from the big season last year. 7 points, 100% from behind the arc, 1-1. 3-point lead, Antwerp. This game bubbling up nicely to be another classic here in the AEK. And they don't want to get Dzinski in any more foul trouble. That's just his second decision to be made by coach. He is playing well, he's in the flow. If they do leave him in, Ike should be looking to go straight at him at pick and rolls and switches. That's Keith Langford. Won wherever he's gone in Greece, and he's in the VTB United League Hall of Fame, inducted this year after his time with Kimki. Bamwin, there's a lot of hustle there and defensive pressure. And that was tough for two young Belgian players trying to recover the situation there. Rogier and Bamwin, but it ends in a turnover. It's going to happen with young players. And Coach Christophe Begin just got to stay patient. Good things will happen, and good things are happening for this Antwerp team. And look at that move. Good things happening right there for Kendrick Ray. Attacking the basket. 9 points for Ray. 3 of 3 from 2-point range. Rupnik. And there's a foul by Ray. They're playing Rupnik really tough. I don't want him to get off again like he did last week. 22 points against Bandama. High screen by Dzinski, and before he could set the screen, Ray committed the foul. That's his first. Second quarter action here in Basketball Champions League 2019-2020 season. It's the regular season Group B. Dzinski is good. He is in the flow, and he's good to go here for Telenet Giants Antwerp. Up to 10 points He's 2 of 2 from behind the arc. A lot of defense around that pass, but they've been able to maintain it. Machulis with good hands. Langford, leading scorer for this team at 27 points a game over the first 2 games. He's a former Euro Cup and EuroLeague top scorer as well. And he's starting to heat up here at the AEK. High screen. Falfey is back in. Donker off left. And rebound. And outlet. Nice job by Kaklamanakis. Demetrios Kaklamanakis just leaking out there, and the pass right over the top of the Antwerp defence. And it forces a Telenet Giants Antwerp timeout. Let's listen in to Coach Christoph Begin.
We stay here. After that, we still have to make that pass. We have to show ourselves to make quick pass.
And I anticipate you can't wait till they pick up their triple.
Hey, one time on the half edge, attacking full speed. You will be too late, you will receive the foul. Okay, attacking full speed, okay? Hey, you go one time, chin, one down, and you bring up the ball. I don't care who they play, you bring up the ball, and we go for you inside. Guys, we don't have anything, don't force it. We go by gut, and we play against both. Okay? And then let's go, guys, we good, let's go.
That's good timeout by the former Belgian player of the year 3 times. Following on from Ronald Moores, he was the assistant coach for Ronald Moores for a couple of years. Both similar CVs in respect of being top Belgian players. And he's trying to guide this team that have young players, young Belgian players, young Senegalese player right there in Ibrahim Falfey. And they've got to watch the turnovers. They're averaging 13 turnovers a game, Antwerp. They're up to 9 already. Need to take care of the ball. And Van Wyn into Sanders, who gets up. Extra pass back to Van Wyn. Back to Dzinski. Is good for 3. And he is on fire from behind the arc. It's just catch and shoot. And there is an injury. I think it's Ray. So tough, so physical, but good patience. Inside to Sanders. I think there is Kendrick Ray's ankle. He's just tweaked it. We'd have to have another look at it again, but while the action continues, just to rub salt in the wound there for Ike. He's going to stay. I think it must have just been a tweak because he's just fallen as he's tried to defend in the post. But Dzinski up to 9 points just from behind the arc. 3 of 3. Under 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Ike in yellow on offense. St. Ruse hasn't been able to explode yet offensively. Inside. Kaklamanakis outside. 3-pointer no good for Machulis. Sanders. And again, Dzinski's not going to say no. Van Wyn gets the rebound, can't get it to finish. That's the first one he's missed. Dzinski, maybe that was a touch quick in the offense. Kaklamanakis able to get to the hoop and gets fouled, and they go to the line for 2 shots. Good play by Kendrick Ray. Drew all the defense in, kicked it back. And Dzinski, after missing that 3-pointer, takes a blow. He's on 2 fouls, so smart play by Coach Begin. Kaklamanakis, 25-year-old Greek player, 2'6". He's the Greeks' most improved Greek player last season. With Lavrio, averaged 8.3 points a game, 5.5 rebounds for them. He's missed that free throw. Sanders, guarded by St. Ruse. Kesselou, hand-off action. Donker goes left, kicks out, shots up. And that's really nice. And Vrens Blickenberg, the 19-year-old Belgian junior international, knocks down a three. They are sharing the ball well. They penetrate and kick so well. And they got shooters that are ready to shoot. Nice job by Antwerp. How can Ike respond? All the way to the bucket, no good. Ball's loose. Machulis tries to save it but can't. So Sanders gets away from St. Ruse. Oh, beautiful pass. No look by Van Wyn. And the young guns of Telenet Giants Antwerp are making Ike pay for switching off on defense. Look at this. That's beautiful. Nice reverse layup. No defense along the baseline for Ike. They'd all pushed up, and it's timeout for AEK.
Guys, out of, first of all, press break, 8 out of bounds players, 8 out of bounds. Kenny, are you here? And Jonas, together, Kenny and Jonas. Okay, first break. And then, we have one offense, guys. We must spend our time to play like this, 8. Keith, stay on this corner. Michael, stay on this corner. Here is 8, here is Kenny. Here is Foreman for us, and here is Piper. Okay, when I say the signal, this guy, first you run, and this guy set a screen. Go for a pin down, go for a pin down. 2 pin down to the road. Okay, Foreman to opposite side, and 5 minutes split, and go to this side. Let's go, let's go.
AEK Athens. Clear timeout from coach Papa Theodora, but there's no fear. No fear with these young Belgian players playing here, and also with Ostend, Philly Ostend. You've got De Vries, who is a fantastic guard as well. So Ike, with all their experience and know-how, and there's one player who's got a lot of experience and know-how, Keith Langford, knocking the ball down, and straight out of the timeout, they get the score and they stop Antwerp from getting a shot up. So that's better from Ike Athens. Langford doesn't look happy. He gets off the court. Half-time. Ike 36, Telenet Giants Antwerp. Excuse me, Ike 33, Telenet Giants Antwerp 36. There's the game statistics. 57% from 2. Ike 12% from 3, 38% from 3 for Antwerp. 5 more rebounds for Antwerp than Ike. 1 more assist. Top scorers, Ray, Langford, Mavrides for Ike, and Duzinski, Blickenberg, and Fay for Antwerp. It's 36-33 to the visitors. It's a close one. It's bubbling up nicely, and we're at half-time here in the Basketball Champions League on livebasketball.tv. Don't forget, download the Basketball Champions League app. All the information, all the highlights that you could want. Some really good articles. One of them was Igor Kuricic a couple of weeks ago, talked about the young guns in the Basketball Champions League from Ostend, from Antwerp, from Banderma. Just young players are being given a chance and delivering for their coaches. But you've also got some veterans here with Slaughter and with Langford. He can go right, but he'll finish left. I hope you're enjoying the action. I'll leave you with the highlights. Don't go anywhere. We've got a really good one here. Antwerp lead by 3. What can Ike do? in the second half. It's the only place you'll find out. See you shortly.
Last 3 minutes of the half. Oh, the weak side just opened up. The one goes straight down the middle and flushes one.
Davis, meanwhile, gets in and makes a very tough reverse layup. No wonder they call him Jordan. That's Jordan-esque. Yalavatsa gets rejected. Well, what a block.
Tell you what, Jeff Nidberg making a counter transition, and right now, Gaziantep are just searching for answers, but really, Aaron Nidberg is just taking this game over.
It looked like he had no chance of making that one. Almost takes the shot while he's lying on the floor.
Sam Butler's now inbounds the ball to baseline. This is the Hatcher. Hatcher spins around. Well, he's got to make that shot. William Hatcher, are you serious? This guy, veteran, is putting on a show. I mean, he looks like a globetrotter right now.
Matulis, low post. It's past to Ray. Ray putting it on the floor. Oh, scoops it up and it goes for Kendrick Ray.
Defender, Almeida in the lane. Almeida for the win. Doesn't get it, but it's hit back, he's in. And now, Aaron Nidberg, they win the game with Hankins here in overtime. I can't believe it. Here's Almeida, goes in the lane. Hankins comes up. Oh, that's game over. Aaron Nidberg now have won this ball game.
8 points now. And that's a big time block. Big time defensive play. Not in this house as Gentile tries to get through.
But someone goes up for the jam. There's no way Zabanov was going to allow himself to be on the wrong end of a post.
What a tough catch by Martin, then he puts it up! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, he's made it! Was it Stone in the end?
Unbelievable. These guys refuse to lose tonight.
And welcome back to AEK Athens versus Antwerp. We're just going through the top scorers and rebounders there. An entertaining first half. It's a very slow start. Low scoring first quarter. There's Kendrick Ray. 3 of 3 from 2-point range, 1 of 1 from 3 and 1 assist. He's perfect from the field. A slight tweak of his ankle when defending the post. But he looks okay now warming up, which will be good for AEK Athens. They're going to need all their big guns firing against this very talented and very confident Antwerp team. There's top scorers for Antwerp. Dzinski, 13 points, excellent first half. Leijzenberg again impressing with 5 points. Top rebounders, Dzinski, Fay and Van Wyn. They've got good size, Antwerp. And their bigs are skilled. It's only really Ibrahim Fay that's a pure big that you need to give him the ball near the basket. Van Wyn, Leijzenberg will run the point for you at 6'10". Of course, Dzinski as well has good size and can defend. And as we've seen in the first half, can knock down the threes. 3 of 4 he made from behind the arc. And there is David Dzinski. Really impressive. He got absolutely on fire during that first half. 2 of 3 from 2, 3 of 4 from 3 and 4 rebounds. good all-round effort from Antwerp's number 23. This iconic Olympic Indoor Hall, the AEK, venue for the 2004 Greece Olympics. And the venue for, more recently, for the Basketball Champions League Final Four in 2018, which AEK Athens were able to win. And last year, Antwerp hosted the Final Four and were able to get to third. They came all the way through 3 qualification rounds, made it to the Final Four, said, yes, we'll host it, and that makes a big difference. Lost to Tenerife in the semi-final, beat Rosie Bamberg, who'd already beaten AEK Athens by 2 in the quarterfinals over 2 legs. So they had a wonderful season, and they've been able to retain some players. They've brought in Ibrahim Faye. They've brought across Kesseluk from Ostend, who's a smart Belgian player, and they're giving youth a chance. And if you put them on the floor at the right time, as we've seen with the likes of Hazer, he's starting for Bandama. But see over at Ostend as well, they've got De Vries, who is playing high-level basketball as well. And then you look at Jerusalem with Tamir Blatt. He's only 21, but he's been around for a while, and senior national team duties already for him, and making big impacts on the international stage for club and country. Hapoel Jerusalem, of course, in this group as well, and AEK lost to Jerusalem last week. Just moments away of the third quarter. AEK beat Powell Tez in game day 1, lost to Hapoel Jerusalem by 7 last week, won by 20 on game day 1. They've got Texit Banderma, who won last night against San Pablo Burgos. They're away in Banderma, then they're at home against San Pablo Burgos, who have made a real big impression in their first season in the Basketball Champions League. As for Antwerp, they lost to San Pablo Burgos in the first game, and they beat Texit Banderma at home by 3 last week in a real thriller. And then they go to Rastavecta, who again have started strongly in this group in game day 4, and in game day 5 they'll be on the road in Poland at Anwil Wojciech. So that's the games played so far and to come for these 2 great clubs steeped in history. But it's all about the present, and it's Keith Langford versus Luka Rupnik. Step back left hand jump shot is good, and just beyond the free throw line. Good start for AEK. They're down by 1 now. If you've just joined us, Antwerp are in dark uniforms, playing from left to right. AEK Athens are in yellow, and they're on defense. Rupnik, 55, looking inside. Klassen is back in. He had early foul trouble. 6'10" Canadian. And great job, Gikas, always alert. Howard St. Ruse, and the slam is thrown down by Chrysikopoulos. Nice play by AEK Athens. Rupnik, they take the lead now, AEK. And the ball's loose, and it's stolen. Great job by Howard St. Ruse, and he gets it to Chrysikopoulos. And it's a different AEK that's come out of the changing rooms. Langford just can't make the spin and the fadeaway with Rupnik guarding him. Now can Telenet Giants Antwerp respond now? Rupnik blocked. Blocked by Slaughter. came across, he's up, and blocks against the backboard with his right hand. There is a foul called underneath though, off the block. Second foul for Gikas. But AEK look a different team now, much quicker to the ball. Now it's St. Rose, as you'd expect, beating Van Wyn to the loose ball. But Van Wyn's got to be really alert. 3 blocks now for AEK Athens. Inbounded to Owen Klassen. Sanders, he's going to have to stand strong now against this early onslaught from AEK Athens. Shots up in the corner is off by Kesseluk, and St. Rose to Gikas. That's a good 1-2 punch. Inside, Chrysikopoulos goes high, trying to step through, and Van Wyn just lowered his hands. He just needed to keep his hands straight up. Van Wyn, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, just keeping the ball well away from Van Wyn. And in the end, too much hands there, and offensive foul on the screen by the looks of it. Quick whistle. Slaughter looks in disbelief. And that's Slaughter's second foul. Rupnik. Sanders comes to the ball. Kesseluk. Now Van Wyn. Hands Van Wyn, he's going. And he's fouled on the dribble by Linos Chrysikopoulos. Was it on that? Might have been fouled before then. Second foul. Chrysikopoulos. Sanders. Left-hand dribble. Round to Kesseluk. Defense comes out. Klassen, left hand, no good. Good job by Slaughter, but he just couldn't retain it. Couldn't grab hold of it. Ball stays with Antwerp. Defense was coming down. Chrysikopoulos, Slaughter. They just couldn't get hold of the ball. So the clock has just been reset to 6 seconds. Coach Christophe Begin looks on. Former Belgian Player of the Year 3 times. Now at the helm. He's head coach for the first year at Telenet Giants Antwerp. Was the assistant for a couple of years. And now leading the team from the front. 0.2 seconds. It's only a throw. It was brought right down, and here comes Gikas. Good play from Gikas. Wonderful reverse layup off balance from Howard St. Rose, and AEK Athens have come out the traps quick here in the third. Rupnik. Klassen for 3 is off. Offensive rebound off the bounce by Van Wyn. Rupnik behind the back, knocked loose by Chrysikopoulos. Rupnik, and good defense without fouling. AEK Athens playing well. Gikas. Langford goes right, behind the back, pulls up, tough shot. And it's all AEK Athens here at the start of the third, and it forces a timeout from Telenet Giants Antwerp.
It's only 5 pounds, it's nothing, guys. Hey, go one time. 5 down. 5 down, all the way through. Okay? So, you pass, cut, up screen. Okay? Then we continue. And please, we have to attack them inside. We have to attack them inside, and we have to come back. They do what they want, they play 10 times more aggressive than us, guys.
More aggressive, guys.
Allez, let's go, guys. Hey.
Coach Bagan just reminding his club they're only 5 points down and they're going to play 5 down and run it all the way through. So we shall see what happens, but just extra effort and better execution from AEK Athens have given them this lead. From 3 down to 5 up. Antwerp yet to score in the third quarter. AEK on a 10-0 run. Just how Coach Papatheodorou would have wanted. Klassen back outside. Van Wyn misses the mid-range jump shot, and Howard St. Ruse starting to really have an influence on this game, as he does with most. Nice jump hook by Chryssikopoulos. Sanders, danger signs here for Telenet Giants Antwerp. Klassen hands off. Sanders. Van Wyn fakes the shot, and there's a foul. Chryssikopoulos on the closeout, and Van Wyn just attacked him as he came out, and then he was past him in a flash. Gikas was over in help, but the foul was already committed. And Jonas Mačiulis back in the game, the Lithuanian. ...34 years old now, 1.98 m, Jonas Mačiulis. Lithuanian national team player for many years and has won every domestic honour you could want. And he's trying to win the Basketball Champions League with AEK this year, and a wild pass from Luka Rupnik off the backboard, and AEK Athens are in total control here. Langford. Slaughter doesn't look for the open jump shot, which he had momentarily. Comes and sets the high screen for Howard St. Ruse. Now he's got Klassen, but Sanders with the steal. And Howard St. Ruse won't give him a moment's peace. He eats up the ground. At 6'7", real two-way player. 14 turnovers for Antwerp now. Right at their average already. Inside, Kesseluk to Klassen. And Slaughter commits the foul. He hopes before Klassen got into shooting motion. Slaughter's third foul, so Dimitrios Kaklamanakis. Ibrahim Faye foul. He'll be coming in, I'm sure, trying to change things around here for Antwerp, who are now registered a score. Just approaching 5 minutes gone in the third, and they get their first point of the quarter. Gikas, Howard St. Ruse. Defense steps out. Kaklamanakis. Langford, such a difficult man to play. Sanders is doing his best. He doesn't want to foul, and he does. Hand on the chest as Langford was starting to go left. You know he's going to go left. He can go right as well, and they're jawing at each other. He's the man that's been there, seen it and done it, and Sanders right at the start of his pro career. It's his second year at Antwerp, his first pro contract out of college. Gikas. He just off. But offensive rebound. Goodulus back to Gikas. Mačiulis, Howard St. Ruse. 5 seconds on the shot clock. St. Ruse steps through. Can't get the little flip layup to go. He had actually stepped through and had a view of the basket close. Just couldn't get it to go there. So better defense. by Telenet Giants Antwerp there. 6-point lead for the hosts, for AEK. Klaassen. Donkor doesn't take the hand off. Brzezinski, who had a really good first quarter, and he misses everything there on that fade away off one leg. That was a tough shot. Lang, step back. No good. Donkor. In fact, Sanders, no good, just forcing it. All the defense was back, or enough defense was back. Gikas looking inside. Now he comes back out. Screen by Kaklamanakis. Gets it back. Kicks out. Machulis just short. And he tries to retrieve his own missed shot. And then gets fouled. Brzezinski does enough. Just gets the ball first, Brzezinski, and Machulis. Clear foul. AEK are in foul, team fouls, so Brzezinski will go to the line. He's 100% from the line so far this season. And Telenet Giants Antwerp just hanging around here. 30% they are from the line, 3 of 10. Only 50% for AEK. That's got to improve in this second half if they want to stay in touch. Gikas all the way across and into the VIP seats. That's very unlike Nikos Gikas, former Prometheus Patras player, who had such a good showing last season. Sanders, and that's a tough shot. 2 defenders trying to close him down. And Telenet Giants Antwerp are getting chased off their shots. Double teamed. Gikas with Donkor on him. Still Gikas. Kick. Machulis drives in and somehow makes the tough shot along the baseline. He had the wide open shot, but he attacked the defense and got it to go. 7-point lead for AEK. The 2018 Basketball Champions League champions leading here. Brzezinski, ball's loose. Machulis on the floor. Now the steal. Howard St. Ruse in the open floor with a throwdown. Emphatically stolen and thrown down by the Cuban St. Ruse. Again, he gets in the passing lanes, long arms, big hands. He goes up and throws it down from the hip, and he loves that. Air St. Ruse there for a moment. Donkor, they're chasing them all over the floor. Adrenaline is sky high here for AEK Athens. Sanders inside, Klaassen. It's just too long. Good defense by Kaklamanakis. Gikas. Kendrick Ray, they've got so much talent, this AEK Athens team, that they can bring off the bench. Just no good there, but good fight on the offensive rebound. Kaklamanakis. Machulis will take the 3 this time. No good. Kesseluk, sideways pass to Sanders. Back to Sanders. Inside. Kesseluk, he needs to get going. Klaassen now for 3. Long. Tipped back by Brzezinski. Good job by him. Donkor back to Sanders. They really need a score. We're under a minute remaining in the third. They've only scored 2 points this quarter. Kesseluk for 3 is no good. Defensive rebound. Howard St. Ruse yet again. Steals, rebounds, scores, dunks. He does it all for AEK. Gikas. 14-2 is the score this quarter in favour of AEK Athens. Gikas into the corner, Machulis. Good defence without fouling by Antwerp. Now, can they get something to go? They can't. Sanders just can't get it to go. They get one more chance. They can run the clock right down. Can they get a good look? Donkor inside, great pass. Donkor, and this time Klassen got inside position on Gikas. Big mismatch. Gikas puts his vest over his head. He knew what he'd done. He's just got the wrong side. And Gikas steps off the floor. He's been asked to play a lot of minutes tonight and does a great job from the point. And of course defensively as well. So 7-point lead for AEK. If they can make both these free throws, which has been a real problem for them at the moment. He's shooting 30% from the line. These are big, big free throws. Owen Klassen. Now, are they going to count that? Yes. Just readjusting the score. They missed that. Never going to get there. St. Ruse, there's time. And no good on the long heave, but a great quarter for AEK. Real problems for Telenet Giants Antwerp. Just a score, and at the end of 3 quarters, AEK lead 47-39. It's the statistics, like 62% from 2 to 7 from 3, 33% from the line for Telenet Giants Antwerp, and AEK not a lot better at 50%, but good enough in the current circumstances. AEK came out of the dressing room at half-time. They were fired up. Step back 2 by Langford got them going. And they've just looked the dominant team. Gikas to St. Ruse. To Christopoulos for the dunk. Really unselfish play for Howard St. Ruse. Heads up. Play from the Cuban. And rewarding the big man for running. And Nikas again, that was tough. Gikas to Howard St. Ruse this time. Run the floor and good things will happen. And Howard St. Ruse, such an athlete. And this time, that was really tough. Behind the back, right-hand dribble behind the back to his left hand. And just swished it from about 12 feet for Keith Langford. And then Christopoulos, that's a tough move. And then Machulis somehow got that to go under and around Klassen. Bit of veteran play there as he gets the English. And then Howard St. Ruse with a highlight play. And we just missed that, but a highlight play as he got the steal, and then as he went up, dunked it from the hip. Such a good athlete. And an entertaining player in the Basketball Champions League. Oh, very happy to have him on board yet again. So, Antwerp need something special now at the start of this quarter. Can Faye provide it? Not on that occasion. But he's in to give a bit more athleticism and height around the hoop. And Kendrick Ray kicks. Shots up from Toliopoulos. Vasilios Toliopoulos. First time he's been in the game, and gets straight in with a catch and shoot. And again, a wild pass from the top. And Van Wyn nowhere near that. Antwerp got to stand strong. Sanders coming out, just looking dejected, head down. He is their leader. He's a very young leader. And it is tough for these imports to come in. It's a tough league here in Europe and in the leagues in Europe and the Basketball Champions League especially, to really get a foothold and establish yourself as an import player. And a high jump hook, no good. Kaklamanakis steps out on the screen. Donkor inside. Dzinski, left-hand finish. That is beautiful. He went straight at St. Ruse and he finished with the left-handed Dzinski. He's having a big game. Is he going to have a big say in this fourth quarter? Toliopoulos. Back to St. Ruse and Kaklamanakis. His hands up, looks like he's been called for an offensive foul. Let's check it out. There's just not really a lot going on there. He's just pushed Dzinski away from him, raised his arm. That's tough. Slaughter back in. Dzinski, 6-point lead for AEK. Very low scoring game. Tough defensive battle. Faye again, that's not where they want him. And I don't think he's got the foot speed to beat Slaughter off the dribble there. Frans Blegenberg is in as well. The young, talented number 12, 19, 2 meters 8. Belgium international. Faye. He's going to put it out. He's going to put it up from out there. I think he needs to be right by the hoop. Here comes St. Ruse. He can play anywhere. All-court player. Left-hand dribble off the screen initially from Slaughter. Brings it out. Kesselut's on it. Another screen. Slaughter goes past Faye. They're still repelling the attack by St. Ruse. Now he goes again. And he misses. All St. Ruse that time. Van Wyn across. Donker, catch, shoot. No good, and Slaughter with the rebound. St. Ruse hands it to Ray. Got Machulis on one side, and an offensive foul yet again. Even though Slaughter ends up on the floor, they didn't like the screen, and speaking to the ref, wanting an explanation, but the call's been made, and I've never seen a referee change his decision. And that's Slaughter's fault, and he really is befuddled and bemused by that call, but the referee had his reasons. He's called it, and it's Antwerp ball. And they're just 6 back. Long way to go. 7 minutes remaining in the fourth. Donker, high screen from Dzinski. Faye is remaining outside. Now he's nearer to the basket, where I think he's more useful to this team. Here he comes. Now he can shoot over the top of St. Ruse, and he takes it to the hoop. And again, that initial contact between Faye and St. Ruse. And if that's Slaughter, he's out of the game. And it's not, that'd be St. Ruse. Just the camera was on him. I thought he was away from the play. St. Rue's second foul, but there was a lot of contact before Faye got the ball when he was getting position. .3% from the line coming into this game. They've got they've got to make some free throws, and they've made both there. And it's a timeout here in Athens. Telenet giant Antwerp, slowly but surely, are getting back in this one. Just a 4-point differential. Too close to call here. In the Basketball Champions League, Group B action. Let's listen in to the AEK timeout.
Guys, not over dribbling. You dribble the ball for many minutes. Pass the ball out, you switch side the ball. Run one side, pick it up to another side. Surprise, pick it up, look like this. Okay. Now we organize our offense. Hey, look at me. Hey, you have the ball. Be careful, guys. Marcus, here. Keith. Entry pass to Jonas. Guys, be careful. Let him to go corner. Entry pass to Jonas. In and out, Keith. You pass the ball back. Go for pin down. Marcus, go for pin down. And second pin down for Kenny. 2 pin downs in a row. You choosing the pass. Okay, guys. On this side, play light over there. This side. Okay, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's go.
Interesting there. Coach Papa Theodora just wanting the attention of his players and then referring to their offense that there's been too much dribbling, and St. Ruse on one of the offenses he had the ball the whole possession and couldn't get it to go off the left hand as he attacked the basket. So they want the ball recycled. Once AEK starts sharing it and pass and cut and hand off and screen, then they're tough to guard. And that's really tough to guard because Slaughter throws it down off the pass from Langford. Defense played Langford for the shot and he just threw it up. And Slaughter caught it and threw it down. Wow, what a start out of the timeout. Dzinski, AEK pumped up by that. And Faye gets his own pass. Van Wyn just can't get it to go. He's been quiet tonight. And it's still a 6-point lead for shots up mid-range, and Kendrick Ray just extends the lead and forces a quick timeout from Telenet Giants Antwerp. Langford there throws it up and a throw down from Slaughter. He had a chance earlier in the game, couldn't take it. Similar to that, this time he throws it down. And that's fired up the home team and forced the timeout from Antwerp.
I don't want them to play tougher than those guys, please. So it's only 8 points, we're good. One more time, please to play. One more. Hey, go one time. Cheat 2. Okay, we're gonna have no problem.
Top scorers, Dzinski 16 Faye, 7 points, and Van Wyn just the 5 for Antwerp, and their top rebounders, Dzinski 8, Faye 5, Van Wyn 5. Van Wyn's got to come up big. Ruknik's been quiet. Players that really helped them last week in the win. It is tough to come here to Athens, the home of AEK, the Olympic Arena, the AEK. And they're relying on youth here. Phil Faye needs to come up big. There's Kendrick Ray. Dzinski has been big tonight. They need another player or players to step up right now. Faye off the dribble, still Faye. No good. That's a tough move for him. He's trying to be expansive. I think he's just best of it catching the ball close to the hoop. Langford. And that's a tough cover for Blesenberg. Van Wyn, Blesenberg, and that's tough shot, and they're relying on threes with a hand in their face. It's going to be a tough last 5 minutes. Kendrick Ray just taking some time off the clock. Langford. Now he's got Dzinski on him on the switch. It's a long 2 and it's short, and coach won't be happy with that. There's a lot of dribble, but now comes the 3 again. And big rebound by Faye. That's where he can help this team. Donkor. Back to Faye, back to Donkor. Inside, Dzinski. Jump hook is good. David Dzinski comes to the rescue of Telenet Giants Antwerp yet again. Just 6 down, approaching 4 minutes remaining in the fourth. Just a real drought of offence in the third quarter for Telenet Giants Antwerp. Have caused this problem. Langford, just easy as you like, and he goes on another dribble, up to 14 points, 2 assists for the American. He's done it all, seen it all around the leagues in Europe, AEK and development leagues. Van Wing needs this to fall, he just can't get it to go. There's Fall getting in the rebounds, and Dazinski and Kendrick Ray flying for the loose ball, and that's really good sportsmanship there in the heat of battle. It's desperation times now for Antwerp. There's no foul, just two players hustling for the ball on the floor. So Kesselou, they're extending their defense. They need to, they're 8 down. At 36 points at half time, we're leading by 3. They've scored 9 points in 1 quarter and 7 minutes of play there or thereabouts, and now they find themselves 8 down. St. Ruse, Slaughter in motion, back to Langford. St. Ruse, it's a bit behind him, and he may, thought he was possibly going to travel there, but Klassen adjudged to have fouled him. St. Ruse looking for options. Langford back to Kendrick Ray. Slaughter on the high screen. Crossover. Right hand finish is good. High off the glass. Kendrick Ray weaves his way through the Antwerp defence for 2. 10-point lead. Donkor. Fay having to come all the way out. Doesn't get the ball. Sanders pull up. Nice job by Victor Sanders. Need more of that from the young American. Second year at Antwerp. St. Ruse, the Cuban. And shots up from deep and is good. Kendrick Ray coming to the party. They had a massive game last week. Ike from behind the arc. And Sanders got caught up in the air and throws it away. Just good defense by Ike, getting in the lanes, getting in the passing lane. And RI Athens on the verge of going to 2-1 in this really tough group of the regular season of the Basketball Champions League. Going away from the basket, and Klassen chased him. 16 of 29 3-pointers they made last week against Jerusalem. 55%, 55.2%. And they're 51.7% on the season. And there's Kendrick Ray, 2 of 4 from 2-point range. 18 points, 77.8, 77.78% from the field. Fay with a rebound, that's what he needs to do. Klassen, under 2 minutes remaining. Rupnik fakes, shoots, misses. 22 points last week. And no good, and players needing to be kept apart. Kendrick Ray and Klassen there getting tied up. And Kendrick Ray raising his hands towards Klassen. And he's got to be very careful. If they look at that again, which Klassen's being taken out. And Dudzinski back in. Saunders. And just can't get it in. So they try again. Dudzinski. Sanders. Shots up and it's just short. 90 seconds remaining in the fourth. St. Ruse gives it up to Langford. And high shot, tough shot from Ray. And Fay with another rebound. Rupnik. Dudzinski. Rupnik gets the ball caught up behind him. Sanders, it's off the dribble. And it's a tough look, but wide open in the corner. They just can't get the shots to fall. 5 of 25 now from behind the arc. Our Antwerp. It's a tough night. AEK just 2 of 17 tonight, following on from their 16 threes they made in the loss against Jerusalem last week. So it just shows there's many different ways you can win a basketball game. Langford, and he's fouled by Sanders, who's struggled tonight. Victor Sanders, just 4 points, no rebounds, no assists, 4 turnovers. He's got 3 steals. That's his second foul. So 13-point lead for AEK. Just 11 points scored by Telenet Giants Antwerp in this second half. Just 27 points scored by AEK. But on this occasion, it looks like it's going to be enough. Dudzinski, nice drive. He's had a really good game. He's the really bright light for Telenet Giants Antwerp, and with the shot clock now down, running down to 10 seconds, Antwerp can just run the shot clock down. That shot is short, and Rupnik will bring it down, try to get one more score. Kesselut is off. And right on the buzzer, and right where he needed to be, maybe a bit more, was Ibrahim Fay. He knocks down the 2. And it's the end of the game here in Athens. AEK are victorious. There's the nice job there by Fay. Just catch and shoot before the time expired. AEK Athens are the winners in this Group B clash. Final score. AEK 62, Telenet Giants Antwerp 51. Here's the game statistics. Antwerp 43% from 2, 19% from 3. AEK were worse, 2 from 18, 11% from 3-point range. But they were much better from 2-point. Antwerp 6 more rebounds, 8 more offensive. Same amount of assists, 10. top scorers, Ray and Dzinski, Langford and Fay, St. Ruth and Banwin for AEK and Antwerp, respectively. Dzinski with a big game for his team, 20 points, 8 rebounds, but just not enough tonight. As Telenet Giants Antwerp leave the floor, they go to 1 and 2. AEK Athens will go to 2 and 1 after 3 game days. It'll be 14 game days in the regular season. That will take us through to February, with the break at the end of November for the international window. And then it'll be top 16 teams out of the 4 groups. So the top 4 in the regular season go through to the round of 16 from each group. If you finish 5th and 6th, you go to FIBA Europe Cup. If you finish 7th or 8th in your group, the European dream is over for this season. As we look through the highlights, that was a big highlight from Slaughter, Marcus Slaughter. They've been playing Langford for the shot, and this time Slaughter was able to just sneak round the back. Let's watch it again. It's worth watching. The help. Well, Slaughter's defender just took his eye off. Dzinski just lost sight of Slaughter, and then Kendrick Ray. Just a little fade on that jump shot. They've really got some potent weapons, AEK Athens, and even though it's a low-scoring affair tonight, when they needed big shots, Langford, Ray, Slaughter, and of course Howard St. Ruth throughout the game were big. Howard St. Ruth just 8 points tonight, but 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals. 13 steals for AEK Athens tonight, but Langford was superb. 16 points for Langford, 2 assists, 2 steals. He's got that left hand and invariably he goes to it, but it's trying to stop him. And that was a tough move by Kendrick off the screen. And then he's going downhill against Klassen, and that is not the matchup that Owen Klassen wants at 2 meters 8. And that's a rare highlight from Saunders. Just looked a little bit out of sorts again, the young American. He's got to get himself up to a higher level for Antwerp to be competitive every week, but it is tough when you're playing against seasoned professionals and top-level Greek players as well. And if you throw Machulis into the mix, you've got a real League of Nations representing AEK Athens. So look at the Group B standings after all the games have been played. Jerusalem at the top, AEK in 3rd, and Telenet Giants Antwerp are in 6th. And it's only Elaine Benet's, Paola Cortez who are winless. So, still games to be played this evening, so don't leave livebasketball.tv. It's the only place for Basketball Champions League. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation from AEK Athens. It's Graham Hiscock saying good night. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Είσαι στον αέρα.